Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Lydia, and if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give it a little tickle, it's down here, turn the notifications on, and while you're down there give me a thumbs up because it really does help me out. There's a fucking siren. So hi. Welcome to my channel. I make mental health videos here on YouTube. I do Q&As, I do vlogs, I do all sorts. So stay tuned for that. Today we're doing a Q&A. But before we get into that, let's roll the intro.
Yeah.
And let's load the questions up on my phone. See all. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down because the last question is emotional and I don't want to cry all through this video, so yeah, let's get on with the video. Have you ever made friends with someone while inpatient and are still friends today? Yes. Georgie. If you don't know who Georgie is a TikTok influencer. She talks a lot about how she's tube fed. She has a surgical tube to get nutrition, and yeah, I'll link Georgie's stuff in the description down below, and I'll put, this is Georgie's TikTok. What was the worst thing that happened to you while in a psychiatric hospital? Jesus Christ. Where do I start? I think the worst it was when I was thrown backwards onto the floor and had my head smacked up and down against the floor by a staff member because I wouldn't give her my other shoe. I ended up with a concussion. If you could only stay on one medication for the rest of your life, which would it be? Good question. For me, it's a tie between lithium and haloperidol. I think I'd have to say the haloperidol. I'd keep. Because I love lithium and it's changed my life. I don't think I'd survive very long if I was having hallucinations all the time and delusions all the time. So I'm going to go for like antipsychotic, and that's haloperidol. Help, I'm having an anxiety attack in class, what do I do to help? Deep breathing. Probably knew I was going to say that. In. Hold. Out. Am I having a panic attack, heart attack, heartburn, weird chest pain? What is it? I don't know, love. You need to be more detailed than that. Why does no one talk about how depression and anxiety cause major memory loss? I don't know. It's a good point though. My anxiety is pretty severe. If you've watched the agoraphobia series, linked on the iCard up there and in the description down below, then you will know that I struggle with going out. It is a pretty serious thing that should be talked about. Like, my anxiety causes memory loss, and at first I thought it was my medication, but then I changed medications and I still had the memory problems. I had ECT, which fucked my memory up completely. But yeah, you're right, it is a serious thing that should be talked about. Do personality disorders work on a spectrum? Can I have a mild form of narcissism? Of course it works on a spectrum. Everything works on a spectrum. Anxiety is on a spectrum. Depression is on a spectrum. So yeah, personality disorders are on a spectrum. You can have mild issues, major issues. What's the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist? Which should I see? Now, Alana made a good video on this, which I will link in the description down below. God, I've got to link so much in this description. Good God. But Alana did do a video on this, and it was really good, so I will link it in the description down below and on the iCard up there. Can depression be hypnotized out of you? No. How does depression make you exhausted, but then sometimes I'm too sad to sleep? I get it. You don't want to do anything in the day because of your depression, because your motivation levels are so low, but at the same time you can't sleep because you have all this built up energy in you. which is why you can't sleep. Someone educate me please, what does psychotic mean? Psychotic means psychosis. Say you're having psychotic symptoms. That means you're experiencing delusions, hallucinations, paranoia, disorganized speech. You know, it's the part of having a psychotic illness. So say bipolar, schizoaffective disorder, schizophrenia. They're all psychotic disorders. How long does it take for therapy to start working? Good question. I don't know the answer to it. I've never found therapy helpful. What are therapy sessions like? It depends on what kind of speciality your therapist has. The last time I was in therapy was for my PTSD, and my therapist specialised in trauma. So our sessions were based a lot around my trauma. We broke down things that had happened in the past to me to try and make it more easy for me to deal with now. How do I find a therapist? Well, if you're in the UK, you can go on the NHS. If you want to go private, there are websites you can go on, and I'll link one in the description down below. Fucking hell, this description is going to be so long. Like, you can search based on speciality. I also want to throw in that you can try BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counselling service where you get 5 days free trial of this connected with a therapist. Each therapist has their own rate, and I've used BetterHelp in the past and it really helped me, so I'd recommend you give it a go. How are you feeling today? No seizures, I hope. Nope, no seizures. It is only 10:52 in the morning though, so the day is young. How are you feeling today? Bit off. I'm kind of planning what I'm going to buy for my dad's funeral. But yeah, I'm just feeling a bit all over the place. When you were a kid, what was your dream job? I wanted to become a nurse. But the issue I have is I faint at the sight of blood. I wouldn't be a very good nurse. Is it still the same now? No, not at all. Not at all. What inspires you? What inspires me? Well, I don't really know, if I'm being honest. What keeps you motivated? The fact I know someday I'll do something big. Do you want children? Yes, I do. How are you doing emotionally and physically? Emotionally, I'm a mess. Physically, I'm broken. Do you use your weighted blanket in the summer? Kinda. I kind of pushed all the beads down to the bottom and I just used the blanket in the summer. So kind of. What's your favourite coping skill? Deep breathing. And the last question, the one I was saving till the end. How are you coping with the loss of your dad? Honestly, not great. I keep going through my phone contacts just to see his number, and it reminds me that I'll never be able to talk to him again. Like, he's really gone. And then I'm going to his funeral on the 7th. I just don't want him to be gone. I'm gonna end this here. Thanks for watching, and if you're new, subscribe. Peace.